Hello, and welcome to another one of my book reviews. And today, I want to talk to you about Hell House by Richard Matheson. I reread this puppy in preparation for the Suntup Edition, which is still available at the classic level, the artist edition. And, it's been a few years since I've read Hell House. And, for being one of the classic horror stories of haunted houses, I gotta say, it doesn't quite hold up. And I feel bad for saying so. The story of Hell House is almost the same story as The Haunting of Hill House. We got a bunch of skeptics kind of go into a house, haunted house, the titular Hell House, the Belasco house, to investigate the supernatural forces in the house. In this case, it's a group of individuals, including one Dr. Lionel Barrett, his wife Edith, Florence, who is a medium, and Benjamin Franklin Fisher, who's the only survivor of Hell House from a previous expedition or previous journey into the house itself. They're all hired by a very, very wealthy man to go and look for life after death. And so they go into Hell House with, the idea of making some money. And in the case of Dr. Barrett, disproving life after death. In the case of Florence Tanner, trying to solve life after death, kind of cure the house in a way. And it's not long before the spooky shit starts happening. And there's a lot of spooky stuff in old ghost hauntings. Personally, I think the characters' reactions are a little cringeworthy at times. Dr. Barrett is very, very intent on disproving ghosts. He's intent on proving it as being kind of like psychic energy. No matter how weird the stuff gets, he's like, I'm going to disprove that. And there's some really weird stuff that he witnesses, which I'm like, not that you necessarily need to say, ghosts are the answer. But, it definitely, he kind of writes it off too quickly. Anyways, everyone kind of has their own different types of haunting or experiences within the house. And I guess that's kind of one of my problems with it, is that some of them, it doesn't age too well in 2023. Edith is constantly haunted with the fear of potentially being a lesbian. like the spirits in the house of the Belasco house, which Florence believes are caused by Belasco himself, the spirits continuously taunt or sexually harass Edith. They kind of sexually approach her. And, that's the most terrifying thing that happens to her, is the constant doubt or constant fear that she might have lesbian feelings, And I don't think the novel itself is homophobic, but Edith certainly is. Florence Tanner, the medium, let's just say that everything that happens to her is just sexual assault. These are some of the horniest ghosts in literature, and they have no problem sexually assaulting and raping Florence at every turn. And it's just, it's kind of sexualized in a way that you might think was that this clearly inspired Richard Lehman's work. Matheson's a good writer. The writing is still decent here. I didn't have any problem with the writing itself. Matheson is a legend of a writer. I loved I Am Legend. I loved The Incredible Shrinking Man. I loved his work and his stories, short stories in particular, especially those like Nightmare at 20,000 Feet. The man is a legend. I just feel like the execution here was kind of him going for the extremes. And he hits those extremes. And for the time, being in the 1970s, early 1970s, I'm sure it was a very shocking novel. Nowadays, it might not be as shocking with some of the stuff that is out there. I know Duncan Ralston, for example, has quite a few readers vomiting in their mouths, or the Nick Cutter is making people run for the bathroom. But anyways, so I don't know. Hell House, I don't think quite holds up as well. It's not a bad read. It's certainly not a bad read. It's not one of Matheson's best, in my opinion, at least now looking back at it 50 plus years. But I will say the Suntup edition looks stunning. And I did actually order the Suntup. I ordered the artist edition for the Suntup edition. William Basso's artwork, may he rest in peace. He passed away earlier this year. Looks crazy. It actually reminds me of Mark Potts' artwork for The Exorcist, which I loved. So the artist edition is not signed by Basso, but it is signed by the 3 authors who have contributed to the novel. Matheson's son, Richard Christian Matheson, R.C. Matheson, wrote a new foreword, which was to be expected. Mike Flanagan, director Mike Flanagan, did a new foreword as well. And a taste of his foreword, he talks about how if he had done another haunting season, so he had done Haunting of Bly Manor, Haunting of Hill House. If he had done another haunting season for Netflix, it would have been Haunting of Hell House. Very excited to see what he does there. And then Nancy A. Collins wrote a new Afterward for the edition. All 3 of them have signed the artist edition. So if you're looking for a very exciting way of adding a Mike Flanagan signature to your collection, the artist edition by Hell House is the way to go. Plus, the artist edition is letterpress printed. All of them are letterpress printed. It's actually more in line with the numbered edition of I Am Legend that Suntup previously did. I mean, it actually looks like the I Am Legend numbered edition in terms of quality, in terms of the slipcase and such, which is incredible. I have the numbered edition of I Am Legend, so I think the artist edition of Hell House will look great next to it. The numbered edition is just wild. Still letterpress printed, obviously. It has ostrich leg skin for the binding, which looks really cool. And also kind of plays into the story as well, because there is a little Napoleon complex that's dealt with. So I figured having a bird with long legs kind of digs at that. Whether that was intentional or not, I don't know, but I thought it was hilarious. If you pre-order a copy of Hell House, you are entered into a chance to win one of 5? I think it's 5 special editions, where the numbered editions with red ostrich leg leather, which looks incredible. And then the leather edition is just full ostrich leather. Not leg, we're talking like body of the ostrich. Presumably the same ostriches. Who knows? It looks incredible. Seriously, check out Suntup Editions. Check out that artist edition. It is stunning. It's pricey, or pricey, as I just said, but absolutely stunning. Anyways, I mean, the story itself might be kind of middling, or might not be as impressive these days as it may have been 50 years ago. But it's still not a terrible read. I mean, I've read much worse. It's not as bad as Amityville Horror, which just is absolutely horrible to read these days. Hell House, at least it was still entertaining at spots. Problematic at spots, but entertaining at other spots. Anyways, I will do an unboxing of the Suntup Edition on my channel once that is received, although that's probably several months out. Plenty of other unboxing videos, including other Suntup unboxings on the channel to hold you over until then, including at least one book review a week, such as this one right here. So please consider liking and subscribing if you'd like to check those out or support my channel, and we will see you around next time.